There we go. Okay. So we're doing In My Life, and I haven't written levels for this yet because I was having, as I said, some sleeping in issues. There we go. Okay. So In My Life, it's in the key of A. I decided to keep it in the original key for the song because that way, like you can play along with the song on YouTube and practice getting that little riff down. The signature part of the song is right there. Okay. So even if the only thing you get today is that would be good, to have that sound. Okay, so I'll just keep on going through here. Yeah, okay, here we go. So we've got that little intro that comes in, and then you play again for that. Then the melody comes in. Oh, and there's written in red there, my boo-boo. So that's the verse, and I put a little double line there. It's very handy the way it lined up here. Page 2 is where the chorus is. Also, note that there's that little sign there. You wind up at the end repeating the chorus and then going to the end. So we've got that there. All right, so I'll play this part. I'm on line 3 now. Oh, I gotta scroll, you guys. There, I'll just put it up like that there. So okay, so I'm just going to keep trucking through here so that we can hear all the parts. So the fancy keyboard part, what I did was I wrote in the counting underneath all of it. We'll dig into the counting a little bit in here. Keep in mind that, like what I said, if you wind up playing this with a group and you're not too sure about the keyboard part, you can strum the chords in there. And you might say to yourself, okay, well, so Tina's got this schmancy E here that I hate so very much. Can I just play an E7? Probably. F sharp minor is a nice chord to get the handle of if you aren't familiar with that one, because I want you to take a moment, if you haven't played it before, and take a look at how familiar it is, how much in common it has with the A chord. But I'll sit and play through this song, or the keyboard part now. So you rest on the 1, and then you start playing on the enda. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it too fast here. Now I've played the first line, and then you go up to this part here where you can see there's chances are good you're going to use like 2 fingers, right? Index finger is going to sit on that 7th fret for the most part. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the beginning of that keyboard part. Don't play it again, but I'm going to take the second ending. There's the first ending there, so I'll hit that second ending. Okay, here we go. Oops, there we go. And then, so I played that keyboard part, go back to the chorus, and that is, there we go. So, oops. And I feel like I missed something. Hang on here, you guys. I've got to scroll. And da, 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 da. Back to the chorus. Oh, maybe we just play through the chorus. I feel like I missed a little instruction in there. Okay, we'll play through the whole chorus and then go to the ending. Okay, let's do a repeat there. So on the chorus. Okay, and now scrolly, 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 scrolly. There we go. So the reason why I've got two notes here, I had to finish it. The main melody's coming in, like here, right? But the keyboard comes in underneath that. So you can decide. I mean, when you're playing this, maybe you hit that 0 and 4. Maybe you like the sound of these two notes together. You know, you decide. Oh, gotta tune my ukulele up a little bit more. So there is the main bit of this song. Now the notes that I have for it, let me just share those notes for a second there. There we go. All right, so really I just wanted to make sure that you've got the feel of the part of the A scale that you're playing for the melody. Right? It's generally it starts on that third string, right? So pardon me. You're playing those notes a lot. So it's worthwhile getting comfortable playing those. I feel like looking at this song, you know, there's always different aspects to it, right? Getting the chords down, just getting comfortable with those. Getting comfortable with the melody without that keyboard part. And then working on the keyboard part by itself if that's something you wanna play. So what I did for the keyboard part, I used an example of how to read this counting, and I couldn't put in that in my program. Put the miss there. Goes there. All right, so the counting is going to be the big thing for that keyboard part, and also making sure the timing's lined up, which I was really having a hard time with because I want to play it faster, right? And one of the easiest ways I find for stuff like this is right down here where I've got the words Mississippi, Mississippi, right? Like I find that helps a lot. Or ticka, 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 ticka. You may have done that in school using like ta, ta, ta for your quarter notes, and then T, 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 T for your eighth notes, right? And there's TTs right there. And then typically what you use is not Mississippi, but ticka, 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 right? Because you got the 4 syllables, and that gives you 16th notes, which are 4 notes on one beat. Ticka, 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 T, 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 da, 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 da. Now, the thing that is a bit of a challenge is that you can see at the beginning of each line here, you have a little tiny rest. Handy, because it gives you a chance to get your finger up in the position that you need to be in. Can throw you off, though, if you're not too sure about doing the counting, right? So I'm going to play it slowly, okay? And I'm going to do the counting as I go. So I'll put that in a bracket there. There we go. 1, E, and A, 2, E, and A, 3, and 4, and, okay. Now I'm going to do that again with that counting, and then I'll do the next line with Mississippi, ticka ticka, all that sort of stuff. Okay, on that keyboard part again. 1, E, 1, E, and A, 2, E, and A, 3, and 4, and I'm going to do the same line again. So that's just that first line there. Now I'm going to say ticka, 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 T, 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 just so you can feel it and see what works for you. Also, because this is in the same key as the song, you can slow down the video on YouTube and just turn down that speed to practice it if this is something you want to work on. All right, so I'll say the stuff and then I'll play it. Ticka, 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 T, 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 T. Ticka, 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 T, 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 T. Okay, ticka, ticka. Just now, I'm going to try the next one here, which is the Mississippi one. Right, that's my little line's kind of right on top of that. That's a 7 there. If you're like, what's that number? It's got a circle around it. That's a 7 there. I'm going to do Mississippi, Mississippi, T, 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 T now. Mississippi tea. Could be the water in the Mississippi's nice and brown. I guess if it's brown, drink it down. That's what Homer Simpson said in one of the episodes. Black, send it back. I don't know quite how dark the water of the Mississippi is, but I don't think I would drink it. Anyway, Mississippi, Mississippi, tea. There we go. Mississippi, Mississippi, tea, 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 tea. Mississippi, Mississippi, tea, tea, tea. Go. Mississippi, Mississippi, T, 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 T. Making sure that you have the rhythmic proportions lined up in this and playing it slow separate from the song will be very valuable for you. Now, when you listen to the song, you can hear all the fancy keyboard bit of the trills and whatnot. I did not write any of those in. You do not need to stare at that on top of this. But, I think if you added in little slides and bits, that would sound cool. But we'll just keep it simple, straightforward, and not add a lot of crazy stuff to begin with. I'm going to stop sharing that one, and we'll take a look back at the other page there. Now, I just want to, there we go. Oh, fix my hair. There we go. Little fins back there. I'll probably take him up in the hills with me again today. He doesn't know that. He might have a hint, though. He might be like, wow, we're going somewhere. Let me just line up the right one here. I think I did write it out properly, this song. I think what happened was I forgot to put in my... I'll put it in red so that you guys can see it. Oh, I'm trying to be really nice and neat and tidy here. Oh, there, I did it. I'll show you now. Hear those clicks, frantic clicking of me trying to get out of my program here? There we go. In red, at the end of the chorus, I wrote to coda, or you can write just to the ending. Whatever makes sense for you. There's a lot of room in this song for little bass notes coming in, I think. Like there's, well, we'll play around with the verse. I think that's what we'll do first. Yeah. The verse, play through that a little bit. Talk about what we can add. Okay. Let me just tune this guy up one more time before we play the next part here. Oh, my river song is feeling maybe the temperature change in here a little bit. Got a little bit surly. Come on, little uke. There we go. Aha, there we go. All right, so let's make sure we've got everything lined up here. I think that was the only boo-boo I saw. I'm going to continue where the ties are, or the rests. I'll just tap my ukulele, so I'm just kind of highlighting down here as an example of where I'll make sure I tap. As a reminder, for anyone that's not too sure, that note here on the second line that's got a bracket around it, that's a tie, so you just let it ring out. That's it. I thought about putting a lot of rests there, and then I didn't, because I didn't. There you go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 1, 2, oh, 4. Oh, as a side note, what I'm doing to play the 1 and then the O, I'm going back and forth between my thumb and index finger on a lot of the songs that we've been doing. So I used my thumb to hit this and my index finger to hit that. And then I just went through with my thumb on this. That's all. Okay? I'll start it again here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 1, 2, oh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 1, 2, oh, 4. 1, 2. Here we go. Oh, 2, 2. Oh, 2, 4, 7, 4. 2, 4. Next line. 2. Oh, 1, oh, 4, 4. Oh, 2, 2. Oh, 2, 4, 7, 4. 2, 4, 2. Oh, 1, oh, 4, 4. Oh, 2. Okay, let's stop there. When we play this song, I did have a different F sharp minor written out because it would tie in beautifully with the melody where it is as we move along and play around with different areas of it. I'm going to just demonstrate it for you guys. All right. Sorry, I'm dealing with a cold here. That's probably why I slept in. I couldn't even do my Mother Goose group on Friday. I was so sad. It's an intergenerational one. I was in a big old pout about that. All right, so let's build on it. Here's your A chord, right? To make the F sharp minor that we're most familiar with, it looks like a G7 on the wrong string, right? The F sharp minor that sits so beautifully in this song is like your E minor chord, right, with the steps, but shifted up to that 4th fret. So the fret numbers are 4, 5, 6. Yep, right on. The reason why it sits so nicely in there is the melody that you wind up playing there is 7/4. Right? And you can just lay down this beautiful little chord right underneath that. If you use your index finger to play that 4, then it just builds beautifully. And because this little chord, like I'm still living in the land of loving 3-string chords. It's worthwhile exploring it. Okay? And if you say to yourself, okay, well, how am I really going to move this E minor around? I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. It's based on the note on your 3rd string. Okay? Check this out. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the whole thing. Here's a little baby D minor chord. That note's a D. Here's an E. Because we're not playing an open now, this whole thing's a movable chord, right? So whatever the name of this note is, that tells you the name of that chord. Therefore, this is an F sharp minor because this note here is an F sharp. G minor. Oh, one of my current faves, the A minor up here, 7, 8, 9. So it's worthwhile playing around with these chords. I gotta carry on now. B minor. There'll be a point where your fingers will be like so cramped up. C minor, I'm doing, what am I doing now? 10, 11, 12. But when you play these, you have so much more freedom to, you know, get the percussive sound on your strings by lifting those fingers and muting them, right? Anyway, so back here to this F sharp minor. I find that I'm doing a lot of that boom, boom with the chords in this song. So I will do up a level 2 of this and I'll have those different chord shapes in there, but I just wanted to mention that right now. because some folks might be like, well, you know, I want to play the song and what would the chord shape be that I could use and all that. So the other one that I use is frets, what did we do, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to write that one out in like postal code version. 6. You guys can watch me write it out in real time, see how I do. 5. I'm holding my breath. Oh, I did it! Yeah! Okay, so that's the alternative one. And it just looks just like your E minor chord, but starting on the 4th fret. If you're so inclined. There are some chord shapes in here. Like, well, the D6 is pretty nice. I like the sound of, in this song, you get a lot of D to D minor sound, right? The melting sound. So what I want you guys to do right now is, like, I know it says D6, but I want you to play just a regular old D chord, then a D minor, and then an A, just so you can hear the sound of what they're doing here. So hit your D. One more time on the D. Now hit a D minor. And now an A. It's a chromatic sound they've got here, a chromatic walk down, because you've got all the changes are happening on your second string. From the D to the D minor to the A. There could very well be points in songs where you guys think, oh, okay, how could I add some more color? Like if it's like a really dramatic point in a song and you're sitting there playing a D, A. Not in this song necessarily, but just some song. Let's see. I still can't think of a song, but there'll be something. Hear how it just adds a lot of color? Keep that idea in mind, that there could very well be a point in another song where you want to have a fancy ending, right? You want it to sound different. D to A always sounds lovely. D, D minor, A. Like take some ideas from these songs. Don't let them just sit by themselves, encapsulated in just the song In My Life. Take a look at other songs that you play that might end with like oh, I don't know, D, E7, A. Maybe you want a D, D minor, A to change the ending. Okay, so I'm going to play through this song again. Hit the verse, and then we'll go on to the chorus. There we go. Yeah, I'll start right at the intro. If you want to add in some chords, and instead of just listening to me tap on the beat where we're not playing, by all means, strum some chords. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4, 1, 0, 1, 2, 0, 4, 1, 2. Here we go. 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 4, 7, 4, 2, 4, 2, 0, 1, 0, 4, 4, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 4, 7, 4, 2, 4, 2, 0, 1, 0, 4, 4, 0, 2, and now I'm going to scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Yeah, there we go. Too far. There we go. Here we go. 4, 2, 2, 0, 0, 2, 2, 4, 5, 4, 2, 0. 1, 0, 4, 4, 4. 0, 2, 4, 2, 2, 0, 0, 2, 2, 0, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0, 4, 4. Okay, let's talk about this chorus. If you're comfortable when you're playing it, if you're comfortable, you could add in pull-offs. Oh, can't put a pull-off there. Reverse, there we go. We could put a pull-off in there, but just not with the notes the way they're arranged right now. But you could do it down here too. Okay. You can see underneath the lyrics stretch out, right? Da 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 da. Sometimes it can throw you off when you're repeating a note like that, but I think it sounds really cool. First step, make sure that the 4 is a little bit louder than the 2. And that 2 is a little bit louder than the O. If you think about the words, that can help. It's not like a really big thing, it's subtle, right? It's nice to add in those little pull-offs, just helps the melody flow. Okay. It's not supposed to be a really, really big deal, you know, just something simple. But if you're not comfortable with pull-offs, loud, quiet can really get you there. Where it says B7 at the first and second line, I wrote that in, left it in, and I kind of regret doing that because take a look at the melody note, right? Like there's a second fret right there. As you're playing along, if you just played a B chord there, it's going to fit in better with the melody. So if we did this, right? Tuck that in there instead. I know B7s are easier to play, and if you're like, oh, that didn't look so good. B7s are a little easier to play, so by all means. But if you're like wanting to line it with the melody, then B would be good. Okay. So my proposal is that what we do this week is work on the verse and chorus of the song. Get comfortable with it. And now what I'm going to do is go through it again from the beginning. I'm going to ignore the keyboard part for right now, just so you guys get everything else kind of lined up here. And what I'm going to do this time is wherever I have notes ringing out, I'm going to just strum those chords. Just gentle, just on the beat, kind of keep a little pulse going. When I get up here to this F sharp minor, for me, because of where I'm playing the melody, I'm going to play the, and then I'll probably, I don't know if I'll hop down to an A7 there. We'll see what happens. You guys might have to just cover me. Speaking of cover me, that 2 right here, and that D6 chord, or B minor 7. It's just a bar right across. I'm totally going to strum those chords there, just so you know. All right, here we go. hit that intro, and then away we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, oh, 4, little E7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 1, 2, oh, 4, E7. 1, 2, 3, oh, 2, 2, oh, 2, 4, 7, 4, 2, 4, 2, oh, 1, oh, 4, 4, oh, 2, 2, oh, 2, 4, 7, 4, 2, 4, 2, oh, 1, oh, 4, 4, oh, 2. Okay, now I gotta turn the page. Hang on here. Da, da, da. Are you guys able to add in little strums in there? Yeah? The D6 and the D minor sound so pretty in there, hey? Oh, there we go. Okay. Ready, go. 4, 2, 2, oh, oh, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2. Uh-oh, I'm hitting the wrong chords. Okay, let's just do a redo there. My brain just... There's my chord. I was kind of panicking. I'm like, where's my... What instrument am I on? What am I doing? Okay, let's start that chorus again. All right, here we go. 4, 2, 2, oh, oh, 2, 2, oh, 4, 2. Oh, look at that, I hit the right chord. Magic. 4, 4, 5, 4, 2, oh. 1, oh, 4, 4, 4. Oh, 2, 4, 2, 2, oh, oh, 2, 2, oh, 4, 2. 2, 3, 2, oh, 1, oh, 4, 4. Okay, did you guys get some of the chords in there? Kind of, sort of, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think that would be a good part to get comfortable, because we've got the position change in here of the going up high. That can be a little bit tricky. I am going to play through it right now, though. Okay, just going to look at the fancy keyboard part in case you're like, oh, I want to do the fancy keyboard part this week, Tina. I don't want to wait. Well, be it far from me to stop you. All right, here we go. I got to make sure I've got my timing right. And 2, and 3, and 4. Okay. Okay, I'm going to slow it down maybe a little bit more. Ticka, 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 ticka. 1, oh, 2, 4, oh, 7, 2. 2, 3, oh, 4, 5, 7, 10. Here we go. 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 9, 9, 7, 8, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 4, 7, 7, 7, oh, 7, 4, 2. Back to the top. Oh, 2, 4, oh, 7, 2. 2, 3, oh, 4, 5, 7, 10. 7, 7, 9, 9, 9, 7, 8, 5, 7. Second ending there. 7, 4, 7, 4, oh, oh, 4. I screwed up the timing, sorry. 2, oh, gonna stop there. I want you guys to know that I played a lot of that just with one finger. I was like, whatever, I got through it, yeehaw! If you play it speedy though, boy. fun. No, see. My neck on this soprano feels too tiny to me right now to get it all happening. But there are points here where if you anchor your finger, if you decide that you want to just go for it this week, anchor points will help you. Once you play that 7, keep it down until you have to move. Then put your index finger as an anchor down on that 7. That'll help you through that spot. I do find that these notes here, the way I'm playing, I'm using my middle finger there to pivot. Here, I'll stop sharing and I'll play it so you can watch my hands. Can you see my hands okay if they're up like this? Yeah, okay. Gotta be all serious here playing this, you know. Don't wanna... Pardon me. Okay, here we go. See how I just went like that? I'm trying to keep this ring finger available for the 9th fret and the 7th fret when I start those little phrases. So that's what I'm trying to do there, so that everything moves smoothly. Those little rests at the beginning of each chunk are handy because it gives you a chance. Can you pick it all with your thumb? Yes. I like alternating my fingers for that one, though. I can feel myself just wanting to go. What? It's 9:59. No! I wanted to check in with everyone about something and how they've been doing with that song. Have they gotten comfortable with that one? Do they have any questions about it? That's kind of, I want to spend a couple minutes on that. Christine, you can look back and you can get the material for that on my website.
Yes, I haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet, but I can see it's there. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's a nice one. Kia C, so it's a comfortable one.
All right.
Yeah. So I would encourage you to grab that too.
Have done. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, right.
Level 1, level 2.
Yeah, just grab them all. Now I know Jeremy. He had to bail out. Jeremy arranged or started playing something as a clawhammer tune last week. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. You can do whatever you want with these songs, man. Whatever you want. So I would encourage you guys to just really. I started strumming the daylights out of that thing last week. You know, I'll pull it up. I'll do a little demo for you on that one. Now, Christine, I'm just going to mute you just to make sure the screen stays pinned onto me, because, you know, it's like I need all this attention or something. All right, something, there we go. Whoops. And Yeah, I hope that you guys have been having fun with these Beatles tunes. I've been having a ball with them. And I kind of want to do, I don't know, I want to find out which Beatles song you guys want me to do next. I mean, I did In My Life because I really like that opening riff. I think it's just so pretty. All right, here we go. Switch gears now. Scroll. I'll go back here. The whole thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, I guess, with this one, like as I play it, is that there's spots where if you feel comfortable, I'm just going to stay on this spot here. You can throw in little pull-offs. I kind of like doing either a pull-off here. It's this line where it gets busy, right? Either a pull-off here or a slide. And part of it is just to, like I'm trying to decorate the area, the melody, but not do too much. But it sure is fun. And I like to do a strum here too. I don't know if you guys heard, but I did like a little tiny hammer on here. This is something we've done a few times where you do that hammer on from 3 to 5 real fast. Hear that 3 to 5 real quick? So that might be something to consider. I was hoping to pin down Jeremy and get him to play this as a claw hammer tune. I'm going to stop sharing it and just kind of check in though. With that song, have you guys had much time to play it? No, I see a head shaking. It's probably a bit of a busy time. The spring offensive is upon us, right? With a lot of gardening, especially if the weather's actually decent. So just remember with these songs, you take your time with them. You're building a repertoire of songs to play in different ways, right? Like with something where I talked about how you could add an instrumental part into a song that you play with a group, right? It doesn't have to be all your own thing, or maybe you just sit, you keep the melody going, right? And then you add in some strumming or some picking when you feel like it. Just try to keep them going a bit. That's the only thing, is that it's easy to forget how to play a song after you haven't done it for a while. And then it's all fresh and you got to learn it all over again. I did that with this. I look away and I think about it. I did that with this Renaissance tune that was so hard to play on my guitar. Oh, it was hard. And it sounded beautiful. But once I was done playing it for this music festival, then I was like, I don't want to play that thing again. Well, I go back 2 months later, who's forgotten how to play it, right? Had to learn it all over again. Oh, it was a lot of work. I didn't like that. But it was a good lesson, right? To try to, you don't have to play through everything all the time, but a little bit of maintenance goes a long way. So like with that song, Something, the level 1, use it as a way to practice some C major scales even. Or just moving around, because most of the melody just sits on that first string. So that's a nice one to use for things like that. feel like I'm lecturing you guys about practicing. It's more about doing some maintenance. Low pressure though, right? A few minutes on that melody and then off you go out in the garden. Get your seeds planted or whatever. Come back in for a coffee break. You know, wash your hands, play a little uke. There we go. All right, I'm going to go. And my plan is I'm going to watch the sunrise tomorrow morning because I've got to get my tires changed anyway at 8 a.m. So I figure it will work out better. I might go back up in the hills anyway, though, today.
Thank you so much, Tina, and I hope you feel better.
Oh, it's been a rough haul, you know? Like, there's just so many bugs going around, eh? But I'm mostly having a pout because I'm trying to find someone to substitute for me at my group tomorrow, too. I don't want to be around babies with this, you know? Yeah. Big old pout.
Thank you so much.